Okay, so real numbers. We're going to do multiplication, addition and division. So first of all, looking up, what is the reciprocal of 1 over 4? Reciprocal means take the fraction and turn it upside down. So the reciprocal of 1 over 4 is
4 over 1.
4 over 1. What's the reciprocal of 3 over 4? 4 over 3. You can just watch this, Michael. 4 over 3. Okay. We'll be using reciprocals now in a little while. Now, first of all, we'll start off with addition. So we'll take an example, 2 over 3 plus 5 over 12. Alright, we have to find the LCM, don't we? Now what works in this case? It's a smaller number. Will 12 work itself? 12 will, yeah. Because multiples are 3, 6, 9, 12, or 24. The multiples of 3, multiples of 12. And 12 is common. It's the lowest common multiple. Alright, so 12. So 3 into 12 goes 4 times. 2 on the top. And 12 into 12 goes 1 times. 5 on the top. So we've got 8 over 12 plus 1 times 5, 5 over 12. 8 and 5 is 13 over 12. That's called a proper fraction. So it looks like a fraction. Oh, sorry, improper fraction because the top is heavier than the bottom. Right, so you can write it as 13 over 12 or 1 and 1/12. Okay, Michael, you just have to watch. Right, subtraction. You'd have to do the same thing. So let's say we have 3/4 minus a half. You can just watch. So we'll do the multiples of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16. And what's common? Lowest common multiple? 4. 4 and 4 goes once, times 3, minus 2 and 4 goes twice, times 1 on top. So 1 times 3 is 3. And looking up, 2 times 1 is 2. That's the numerator, and the denominator is the bottom bit. So we just subtract, write down the denominator and subtract 3 minus 2. 1/4. Right, subtraction. What happens, or let's say in addition, what happens if you have 2.5 plus 3 1/4? Right, how many halves do you have altogether? So let's say 2.5. If you look up, there's 1 pizza, 2 pizzas, and you've got a half. How many halves do you have altogether?
1, 5.
You have 5 halves, don't you? Hey, you have 5 halves. So you write 5 halves as 5 over 2. 5 halves. Watch, here's another way of doing it. Finding 5 over 2. 2 times the denominator. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. Right, quarters. 1, 2, 3 and 1/4. How many quarters do I have here? Many quarters altogether? 1, 2, 3, 13 quarters. So how do you write 13 quarters? 13 over 4. Another way of finding it. 3 times the denominator. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1. What's wrong with the sum? I need an LCM. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and I need a 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. What's the lowest common multiple? 4. 2 and 4 goes twice. 5. And over here it's 13. So 2 times 5 on the left is 10. What's 10 over 4 plus 13 over 4? 23 over 4. Alright? I can write it as 23 over 4. Shh. How many 4s can I take away from 23? 4 5s are 20. And what's left? 20. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 3 left. The remainder is 3. Okay? Let's do a subtraction sum. 5 3/4 minus 3 1/8. Alright, so you multiply 5 times 4 is 20 plus 3, 23 over 4. 3 times 8 is 24 plus 1, 25 over 8. Alright, what's the LCM? Both numbers will divide into 8. Keep looking up. The whole idea is the video is to look up. 4 into 8 goes twice, 23. And, well, this doesn't change. 2 times 23, 46. And now 46 minus 25 is 21. How many 8s? 8 will divide into 21 how many times? Twice. So that brings it up to 16. So 16, the difference between 21 and 16, the remainder is? Okay, so that's adding and subtracting. This is called a mixed number. So this is a mixed number because it's got a regular number, natural number, and a fraction. Mixed number. When I change it, when I multiply 2 times 2, is 4 and 1 is 5. I change it to, is that a proper fraction or improper? Improper fraction. An improper fraction is top heavy. A proper fraction is, let's say, 2 over 5. The number on the top is less than the number on the bottom. So that's a proper fraction. That is an improper fraction. The number on the top is bigger than the number on the bottom. Right, now what happens when you go on to multiplication? Of fractions. So let's say we have 2 over 3 times 1 over 3. It's very simple. Looking up, multiply the numerators. That means the numerator are the numbers on top. So 2 times 1 is. Now multiply the denominators. 3 times 3.
9.
Another example. Multiply the numbers on the top, the numerators. 1 times 2 is 2, times 1 is still 2. Multiply the denominators, 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. What happens if you have a number like a mixed number? 1.5 times 4 2/3. Well, first you have to get the LCM of 2 and 3 is, well, first of all we'll make it into an improper fraction. Sitting up, 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1 is 3 over 2 times 4 times 3 is 12 plus 2, 14 over 3. Multiply the top line, 3 14s, 42 over 2 times 3 is 6. Will 42 divide evenly by 6?
Yeah.
The answer is 7. Alright, now that word reciprocal, you're going to hear it a lot now. 1 over 6 divided by 2 over 3. What was reciprocal? What did it mean? What did it mean? It means turning the fraction upside down. So we are going to get the reciprocal of 2 over 3, which is what?
3 over 2.
3 over 2. Watch. So when dividing fractions, you're going to go 1 over 6. You're going to change the division sign to multiplication. And you're going to flip this upside down. The reciprocal of 2 over 3 is 3 over 2.
3 over 2, yeah.
Now multiply as normal. 1 times 3 is 3. And 6 times 2 is
12.
12. 3 over 12. You can divide above and below by 3. And it doesn't change the fraction. So 3 into 3 goes once. 3 into 12 goes
4.
4 times. Quarter.